Hello, good afternoon to one and all who gather here for the Sunday session. This is our first one, which we plan to keep it on a Sunday because we had some personal issues on Saturday, so that it could not be happen on Saturday. But in upcoming session, it will be happening. But even though we try to put date and time little bit earlier to you, so that we are on time to the live, so not wasting much of time. Why? Because today's topic it is little bit different from our regular topics. Why? Because it was a mental health toward nurses and the healthcare professionals, and now we are stepping into something. It can be for the students who are in the school and college students and everyone. It's not only the students; those who write exam. Why? Because now there is one protest. It is again started with the NEET. So I want to talk and we want to talk about this need particularly. Why? Because most of the students thinks that if I fail in one subject, if I fail in one exam, the entire life it is gets spoiled. It is not like that. There are many failures has been occurred for many people. Failure it is not opposite to the success. They need to understand it. Failure it's a part of a success. Without the failure, you can't reach the success. That's why we need to speak this topic along with our mental health specialist. So today's topic is failures isn't the end. So welcome, Cathy. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Happy Friendship Day.
Thank you so much. Happy Friendship Day to you and to all of our regular supporters and subscribers too. And how is your Sunday is going on today?
Very good. Preparing for an evening out.
Okay, preparing for the evening out. Okay, have a enjoyable one. And as usual, we are going to start with the VC's Connect for this particular topic. I need to ask you, Kathy, did you ever get some failure in something that became a turning point in your life? I need something else like that.
Yes, of course. Failure isn't like I failed in exams, but I got
Mhm.
low marks in my 12th. So
You
that is
you
what
failed in
turned
the exam.
no. Low
Okay.
marks, low marks in my public exam, 12th grade.
Okay, why?
So that is
Because
what
I was your batchmate and classmate. You will be scoring more than me, and you will ranking the scores. That's why I'm thinking when you got fail marks.
it's not. That's what failure isn't like exactly failing of my exams, but I scored
Okay,
low.
I
That is why my life took turn into nursing.
oh okay. People says I didn't get the MBBS seat, so that I changed my career to the nursing. But here our Kathy says like the failure in exams. That means the getting a lower marks got motivated by those lower marks, and she wanted to serve and to provide a service in our nursing profession. That's literally a different answers from the nurses who already did the nursing. If you ask me also, I will say the same thing. Like I couldn't get my MBBS seat in college, so just pulled to a nursing. But it is not pulled. I chosen the nursing because
Yes.
other than to the medical professionals, I can't go with the engineering because I am literally weak in the math.
Yeah, Creature. Same thing. I didn't want to choose any other
Yeah.
profession. After 2 years of hard work studying biology in 11th and 12th grade, why go for engineering and some arts and science course? So I took a professional course.
Mm.
That is nothing.
Okay, okay, understood, Kathy. So, what's that one lesson failure? The one lesson failure has taught you.
It isn't the end at all. Actually, that is
Mm.
one of the lesson even. Failure is even a lesson where we have to uh, mold ourselves and get better than for the next whatever we
Mm.
face. So failure isn't an end,
Mm.
it is just a lesson.
Okay, the failure it's just a lesson. How it can be like one thing it has happened in Olympic, Kathy. I could remember now. Brailsford, he is a coach for a cycling team in Britain. So what he did is he worked for 5 years when Britain lost for 100 years. they couldn't achieve a gold medal in the Olympics for the past 100. Only one medal they secured in a cycling. So Brailsford, when he came into that coaching position, so what he did is he changed the minute things. People thought when he enters into this particular profession, he will change a drastic one. But he is like a tortoise. He moved his career slowly and he changed little bit the color of the cycle, the inner color of the cycle to wear heat wasted dresses so that the athlete will perform a little bit better performance. But nobody thought like to apply alcohol in a tire, so it may give you a better grip on the road. So the single message, it is like whenever you want to achieve something, it is not like you need to change drastically in a single night. It is very tough because many of us do a same thing. Tomorrow if it is a university exam or tomorrow is a public exam, today night and today day will be our last day. We will be studying and we will be like, oh my god, if I had a very good time, I would have done better. But at the last moment, we will think, oh, I missed the time. So this is what says about the failures and the success. The success person, what they will do is whenever you are sleeping, they will be awake and they will think about what I can do next. The failure persons, what they will be thinking is, I need to get some rest now, then I can work. Postponing one work also makes them to pushing into the air interest and everything to the failure. This happens to me obviously. Why? Because tomorrow if it is a college day or the school day, what I will do is Saturday Sunday it will be a holiday. I will never bother about the Saturday. I will enjoy the entire Saturday. On the Saturday evening I will think, okay, tomorrow it's a school day, we need to write the assignment. Fatafat, I will write assignment and I will submit it the next day. When comparatively, those who finish 2 days before, they will be having a very good structure of the assignment when compared to me. I will be like scribbling like a crow and I will submit the same assignments to them. It that depends for the nursing profession also. There are a lot of case studies and care plan we will write. At the end of the moment only we will write and we will submit as a bunch. And we will say nursing is a very toughest subject. Actually, nursing, if you build it step by step, what happens? You can achieve it little bit better. But what our students will do is most of the people at the end of the university exam, or if our faculty is saying to submit the assignment tomorrow, they will be submitting at the last moment. This is also one of the thing where people are forced to move towards a failure. It is not that I will think I need to be a failure person. It is forced by something that is called my brain and heart. It's not working together properly. If you could, Kathy, go back and encourage your younger self, like you said, there was some lower mark in your schooling. After that failure, what would you say to the same Kathy?
Like if I'm going back from this position, I will say, hey, don't feel low. You are in a good position. Like you're happily enjoying your life. Don't feel low because of this.
Okay. The most of the people will say the same. Why? Because when they are in the schooling or the college time, they will think, oh my God, what I will do in my future. But they never understood that they are little bit better when compared to their yesterday's. Actually, that is happening. Yesterday, if I will be working as a staff nurse in a hospital, but today I will be in charge nurse in some hospital. So betterment is happening each and every day and each and every night. If somebody understood and understand that, they will be reaching the higher position. So now I need to understand something, Kathy, from the failure, because people think failure is the last moment. The failure, it is at most the last. If something has happened as a failure, then I should not live. I should not be facing this particular thing to the another. So why do so many people see failure as an end instead of the learning experience?
It depends upon the situation of the person, because for some persons the failure might be the end, because they might not have another chance due to age bar, or due to multiple attempts. Like there might be restricted attempts for a particular exam, only 3 exams you can give also. So in that case, if they fail again and again, it's like an end for them. So it is really an end. For some persons, it is not an end. They think it as an end. It is just their own perspective of being misjudged by them, by the society, or they have their own perspective of lacking. They feel that they don't have the capacity to move on with that exam. They might feel like that. If they fail once, they might feel like, okay, I'm not capable enough to write this exam. I'm not the worthy enough to give that exam. So that is their perspective. So they think it as an end. The negative perspective only puts an end to, like, makes us feel it is like an end, but actually it is not an end. There are many persons who, if not this, like, example, if you take NEET, even if they are not able to crack NEET at the first attempt, but it is due to their family circumstances, they have to join any course at this time. They can't take a break of 1 year or 2 year because they can't delay joining a job. So in that case, it is like an end only, but it is not the same in all ways, in all cases. Like, almost 75 to 80 percentage of the person, it is not an end. Only 20 percentage who are restricted by their age, restricted by their attempts, or restricted by their financial circumstances, they have that end. Not all have that end. That is only because why they think it as an end is only due to the negative perspective. Like, they feel they are not able to give that exam properly. They don't have that capacity to crack that exam. It is not only exam, it can be any interview or any set of skill.
So it's like, if, for example, in a class, 10 people are there and 5 people got pass marks and remaining 5 got failed in some kind of a final examination. Think that 3 students, they are not thinking about the failure. Okay, leave it. Next time we can see. But the 2 students, they are thinking, this is my final. This is my end. So I can't survive after this one. How I will just stand in front of my faculties after the failing in my paper? Or how I will stand in front of my friends? How I will stand in front of my parents? Or how I will stand in front of my lover? So what happens is, mostly that 2% of students will think, so this is our end, the life at most done. So they will be going into the depression. So why those 3 are not thinking about the failures and they are okay with that, adapting to the failures, and they are moving on? Why not those 2 couldn't do?
It doesn't totally depend upon their mental perspective. It is also due to the circumstances, society, because everyone know that a degree is 3 year or 4 year course. So after the 4 year, they might ask them, "You didn't join for any job or what?" So parental pressure for joining job, they might not be able to open up that they have arrear, they didn't clear their final exam. Those pressures will make them feel like very low, and they might feel very down. And the second thing
Okay.
is, they might have commitments. After that 4 year course, they might have a lot of commitments. Maybe those 3 who, as you said, they might not have any commitments. They have obviously enough time to set their own role, and make them more stable. They might have time because it is limited. Some people have a very limited time to achieve their goal. Some persons have a lot of time. That is due to the, it is not that I don't say the family doesn't support. Maybe the status of the family will not support. Not the parent might be willing to support the child, but financially he might not be able to, or the societal pressure why your son or your daughter isn't in a job yet. So such questions they throw it on the children, and again it affects them. So it is not totally the
Okay.
individual's perception. It is from the family and the societal pressure and the peer pressure, because they have comparison. He too, sometimes they would have put the effort, but they would have failed. Okay, maybe those
But
3 would not have put the effort what they really need to put, and so they failed. They might know, okay, I didn't give my exams well, so I failed. Maybe better luck next time. Maybe these 2 would have put their best, and yet they failed. So in that
Okay.
cases they might feel very low and depressed, and they might compare the same effort was put by the other person, he passed and he's in a job right now, comparing them with the persons who passed. So this is what happens when a person enters depression, or it's not kind of depression when they enter a very low mood, or they have a very low self-esteem and self-worthiness during failures. Is This is what exactly happens. It is totally not from the inner perspective. It is also the society and the parental contribution, the family support also sets a part in this.
Okay, okay, I understood. So it is kind of the seriousness how those three students took the failure and these two students took the failure. Okay, that might be some different kind of factors that is affecting their life. Maybe their family situation or the societal the reply. How if I got a failure, how they will be replying back to me. Maybe some people will having a low self-esteem where they could not be they could not cross that one, and they will be thinking, okay, I'm not like a past student, so now I got a low and failure marks and I should stay back, and it literally changes their mood to something into the lower mood that may lead to some kind of stress or depression, right? Okay. So, can these failures, for example, if I got failure in some subject, or if I got failure in some interviews, why? Because I attended 2 or 3 interviews and they selected me in one hospital, but remaining two, they didn't call me yet. Okay. So, whether these failures will help me to grow stronger, or how it can be seen from my perspective and from my view as a failure person.
Okay, as a failure person, you should always set your mind. Like, first thing
Mm.
is you have to forgive the past. You should not blame the past, blame yourself for the
That
failure,
is
and
very
you should not.
difficult for the human beings, I think so.
But that is what, if you keep on loitering around the same failure, you won't be able to set back and come forward out
Mm.
of it. You will be
Yeah.
stagnated in that particular phase. You have to forget and maybe not forget, but you have to forgive the past for your failures, and then you
Mm.
have to create a mindset that first, what where all I went wrong in that interview or in that exam, and what how was my preparation time, how I spent my preparation time, like having an insight
Mm.
about your past preparation for before that interview or before that exam will help you have a proper setback, so that you can know the lacunae
Mm.
in the previous interview or previous examination and correct it in the next time. Like, you have certain principles, like you can remind yourself in the next interview time, like maybe your posture or your nervousness. Since you would have well prepared, but since you were nervous, you couldn't attend. So the next time,
Mm.
forgive yourself, so that you just don't, okay, I was nervous, I'm not worthy, I'm not able to do that. Instead of that, make yourself clear, and for the next time I should not feel nervous, and prepare putting
Mm.
efforts on that. Start putting efforts on how
Okay.
not to feel nervous, instead of again like, okay, this exam I failed, next exam I should give, or the next interview I should give. You start preparing for the interview where you forget the part of your nervousness. So you have to
Mm.
identify where you went wrong, so that you have a proper setback the next time. That is what you have
Okay.
to have from your perspective. If I say, after a
Mm.
failure, you have to know where and what you did wrong, and how to prepare better next time, instead of preparing the same way you did before a failure.
Mm. Mm. Okay, I understood little bit, but I need to speak little deeper. We can divide this podcast into two portions. One can be a student life, and another it's for a professional life. For example, how should students deal with the exam failures or academic setbacks?
Okay, when it comes to a student period,
Mm.
it depends on whether he's a school student or college students, because
Mm.
for school students, it is like very obvious, they can't go to the next class. Maybe in college
Yeah.
we have arrears, but we go to the next semester. So
Yeah.
school failures are literally very pathetic. We can't
Mm,
we can't answer the society or the parents, why are you studying 11th again? Last year he was
yeah.
studying 11th, but in college side it is not the same way. He can carry forward the arrears. He'll be in
Mm.
second year the next,
But
the
no
third year
one
the
knows
next.
about it.
Yes,
Actually,
no
no
one
one
knows
knows
about.
about if
We
I
clear
have
all
a
everything before final exams. No one knows about your arrears.
mm,
But that is not the
yes.
same in case of school failures. So school
Yeah.
failures has to be very dealt very carefully, and that should start from the earlier age. I really do not appreciate the way of all pass till 8th and 9th, because
Mm, mm,
they have to taste failure so that they don't fail in public exam. Only when that is the first time the student is failing in an exam, he's not able to go to the next
okay.
class, your 10th public.
Mm,
So when it
yeah.
happens for
Yeah.
the first time, it becomes like something very weird for himself till now. Like that would be how to tell a reflection or some mirror. Like he is capable of passing. Like whatever I said, even if the less I write, I might pass to the next class. That was
Mm,
his
mm, mm.
mentality till ninth. But
Mindset.
suddenly,
Yes.
all of a sudden, during 10th standard, your parents are forcing you to learn. They are putting up time schedule. They are making things very strict for you. They avoid you to family functions, and they cut
Mm,
your recreation
yes.
times. All
Yes.
of a sudden, that even puts yourself
Mm,
in a very pressure, and slowly again that will also lead you to failure, because mentally your health is little affected suddenly when you are in a restricted environment or a strict environment. So,
yes. Yes.
for a school, I always suggest that maybe initially when we were all studying, it was only all past till fifth standard. I literally
Mm,
know people failing in sixth standards. They are detained and they study well, or they just go to tutorials. They do after 10, they do diplomas, and I've seen a lot of people like that. Because that
mm,
should be encouraged, so that the child, all of a sudden, there is no failure at all till ninth standard, and suddenly there is a failure, and that is obviously, since it is public exam, every relative, every society, every neighborhood will ask, what happened to your results, what happened to your results. So
yes.
the failure should have been
But no
inserted
one asks the
or
college results, right, Kathy? No one asks
ah,
us whether you passed the first year or second year.
they don't know when semester exams are there, whether we are writing exams
Yes.
or not. They literally don't know about
So,
our exam patterns.
our system, it is like before I'm getting matured, they are making me to adapt in some sophisticated thing till sixth standard, till eighth standard, that I could get a pass, all pass if I'm not preparing for the exam perfectly. Within 2 years, how that little child can adapt towards the examination.
And
Within
schooling
2 years, how that yes, how the parents from the back end, they will be saying, we see this is a final, this is a 10th standard where you need to decide whether you need to take a biology group or the computer science or the commerce. If you are not taking a biology group, you cannot enter into a medical professions, and it will be like only the engineer will be your career. So once they pushes me from the back end, the unmatured person, because I didn't cross a eighth standard that time. I'm just crossed just eighth standard, and I'm stepping to the ninth, and they are pushing from me from the back. So what happens if this kind of mentality sudden change to a mental status? Do I behave normally, or it can be leading my mental status to something abnormal?
Yes, of course, that will push, that will create an aversion towards study. Suddenly, when you are asked to
Yeah.
study, suddenly whatever you like is being cut, your recreation
Mm.
time or your video games or your movie time is cut. You will have aversion towards that study. Automatically, you will not have. Only when you like something, you will be able to put
Mhm.
your effort in that. The interest
Yes.
will slowly disappear when you don't like it. So that
Kathy,
aversion
if you
also
ask
will lead to
me,
failure.
if you ask me eighth standard math, I can say something. But if you ask me 10th standard math, literally I will be zero. Because it was like I need to write exam, I need to mug up, and I will go and write my exams and come. But till eighth or till sixth standard, how it was like, I need to pass the exam, but I know how to solve the mathematical algorithms or some orders. But literally the 10th standard and 12th standard, how it was like, I need to complete the exam and I need to score something, then only I can push to the college perfectly. And that is one literally one fine joke. It is from for all 90s kids knows that when you join the school from the LKG or UKG, they will say to the child, if you go to sixth standard, it will be fine. When I reach sixth standard, they will say like, if you go to 10th standard, there will be one public exam. If you cross that, next you are the very big shot in a school. When I cross 10th standard, they will say, you took biology, you took computer science, you took commerce. To get a good college, you need to clear a 12th standard with a very good marks. Then I will be studying a lot, and then I will achieve something else. And when I enter into the college, that time in the orientation, faculties and principal will say us, this is the area where you're going to learn. Now my mindset will be, I learned for around 14 years. They have said me, when you cross this, when you cross that, you will get a better life. After entering the college, they will be saying, this is the platform where you learn everything. Then I will be learning for the 4 years, then come out from the college, and they will be saying, that's it. Now you need to step into a family. Now, literally from the LKG till this age group, it is like whenever you cross one age, it is not only the birthday wishes comes from all of us. It is also like they are giving me, you got age 28, 29, 30. Now you are under stress to maintain the family. You got 18 years now. You are under stress to go to the college and you need to score a good marks. You are a 14 years and you got puberty time now. So you are a adult man or you are adult woman. So what you can do is you need to be little bit mature. So this is happening in our society, right, Cathy? It is looks like I
Marathon, it never
literally,
ends.
yeah, of course, this school life and college life and then rest of the life, it is entirely we are depending for something. I don't know for what we are living.
It
Here,
happens.
I need to ask, yes, yeah, I need to ask you one more thing. How can parents and teachers support the students after a failure? Why? Because what happens suddenly, if I show my report card to my parent, they will be seeing, okay, you got 50 marks, so you didn't, you couldn't reach 100. That means you are utter waste. Some parents can say. It is not all parents. Some parents are there. Some parents like, you got at least 50 marks, give the card, I will sign and give you. At least you didn't fail and you got something. Okay. If it comes to the teacher, the faculties or teacher will say, see that girl sitting in the last bench, she scored 99 out of 100 and she is crying. You are sitting the first bench, got only 40 marks out of 100 and you are smiling. The same thing, it is not only I'm saying as a gender, Kathy, it is like opposite to happens in some classes. Boys will be studying a lot and they will secure a score and they will be sitting and trying, okay, I got only 98, where is the 2 marks? But some type of girls are there, they will be, okay, I just got pass marks. This is both for boys and girls. So how do you think about how this parents and teachers can be support the students and their life to for the betterment?
Okay, first thing is do not compare your child with other child. Like that is where
Hmm.
the problem starts.
Yes.
Look, he's
Hmm.
getting high score. Look what he has done. So the next moment, the child will start comparing. Look what he has got.
Yeah. Yes.
Like that. So again, you have to fulfill those needs for that child, whatever the child you're
Mm,
comparing
mm,
with.
mm, mm. Then
If
he
you're
will
comparing
ask
with a
me.
higher end society,
Yeah.
sometimes
Yes.
my parents would compare with a low person. Like he doesn't have so much facilities, but still he secures that mark.
Mm,
He or she gets
yeah.
that mark.
Yes.
Why
Yes.
not you? I've given you all the facilities. So
Yeah.
that is what the thing is like stop comparing. Both teachers and the parents should not compare the child because each and every creation in this world is unique to themselves. No one
Yes.
are like even from our fingerprints we are unique. from our
Mm.
fingerprints to everything. So the capacity and the skill set is also unique. Why comparing with others? So first thing the teacher and the parent should do is not compare your child with others, and then ask the child, sit with the child and speak with the child and ask them what is the problem, why the child went into a failure, what was the discomfort, what was the hardship it faced, or he or she faced during that failure, uh, how
Yes.
he ended up in that failure. So those things,
Mm.
a teacher or a parent can sit and speak with the child. It might be just like a friendly talk. You have to assure the child that you won't judge through those answers what he gives. So that
Mm-hmm.
what that confidence you have to build in that child so that he or she opens up. The second thing is that the third thing is you have to set goals with the child. Sit with the child and set uh, natural and realistic goals. Like, do not set a goal for a 90 at the first place. Set a goal from
Yes.
50 to
How
70.
many of how many of the students will get same 90 and the first rank? If there is a class strength of 100, the first rank will be maximum two or three peoples, and second it will be there. It is not like the end of the life. No, that students and not students, the teachers and the parents need to understand.
Yes. And that support they should give to the child, like, okay, you have another chance. You can do it better the next time. That support should be given to
Yeah.
the child. And then sit with the child
Mm.
and form realistic goals, not some supernatural, hyper realistic goals like achieving the next time even he gets first. Step by step goals, simple goals, achievable goals should be set and help the
The
student with that.
practical one. The
Yes,
practical
and
one.
also
Sometimes
help him
parents
identify.
will say, if parents will say like you need to become a doctor. If all are doctors in India, what happens to other profession? There will be no engineers to build a ship. There will not be no engineer to send a spacecraft to the space. It is very difficult for the other
Our
things. Yes,
driver
yes, sir.
to drive
Yes,
auto, bus,
yeah, yeah, the same. If you
literally.
want to switch on the light also, there is one engineer, he is working in some industry to give you a better performance of the light and the fan now. So it is not only doctors, it is not only nurses, it is not only engineers, there are many professions out there. But they
Yes,
forgot about that.
people think only MBBS or medical is the profession which can lead
Mm.
lives and everything. And everything is important from the cloth we are wearing. If there is no textile industry, if there are no weavers, we are not able to wear this cloth. If there are no
Yes.
farmers, then we don't have cotton at all. Rice we
Mm.
eat. So every profession is a noble profession. Nothing is down and nothing is high. Everything, they save lives, and other profession they enable the life to run smoothly. The daily they doctors save life during critical time, but other professions for entire smooth running of the life they put their hard works. So
The
every
daily need.
every profession is literally the thing. And one other thing what the student should be taught by the parent or the teacher is like, they should identify the hard work, like hard subject of the student where he failed. Like,
Mm.
even if it is maths, he would have done algebra well, geometry well, but trigonometry he'll be less capable. So we have to
Yes.
identify that hard goal. Once you want to have a better mark, like this time I scored 50. That was due to I did my algebra well, I did my geometry well. So if I have to
Mm.
score 60 next time, I should not concentrate on the same algebra and geometry. I should go for the next topic which I left, which I was not able to attend that previous exam, right? So that
Yes.
thing,
Yes.
many students, they don't, even this goes for both college students and whatever I'm saying, it goes for college and school students. They don't even think about which subject is hard for them or where they are very weak. So that only they have to give more time. Literally, what is the mentality of the student is, okay, this is very hard, so I did not concentrate on that. I'll just brush it up in the
Mm.
last minute.
Mm.
I'll
Mm.
just see the points and go, headings and go. If at all, if they ask, I have to write something. So wherever you are weak, you just neglect it. That is one of the very bad habit, and that should be not encouraged. If you have hardship in that particular subject or in that particular topic, give more time, give first priority to that, so that you first you are well versed in that, and then go to whatever is easy. Like literally people do that before exams, whatever they have revised, everything they used to concentrate, and again they used to study. The part left unknown is always unknown, unnoticed, untouched, and they fail again, or they score the same marks because they didn't even study that part again. So that is what they have. The parent and teacher and student should work together, be it school or college.
Okay. So now we spoke about the student life. In case if I got a very good mark in my schooling and I secured a very good mark in my college, I got a gold medal also. Even though when you sit in an interview and you missed the opportunity, when you are got a profession, when you got a job, but suddenly what happens? One day the employer is telling you to you are not capable to do a job like a staff nurse. You doesn't know, but I got a gold medal in my college. Okay, so there is a knowledge set and skill set are different when we work in our profession. Not only in our profession, in other professions also same. The knowledge is where we learned from our college, and the skill we are getting experience day to day life. So both are all important. Both are all very important. But what I need to know is how can the people recover from this failure if I miss the opportunity? If I couldn't get a job on correct time. So what is your guidance for those professionals if they couldn't achieve it and they got only the failure continuously?
Okay. So this is something very critical. I should answer very carefully. Uh, because failing in schools and colleges is different. They have chances, but in jobs sometimes they might be in debit, dipped, or what is that, loan. EMI will be there.
Yeah.
Financial status. So this has to be dealt very carefully. So first thing is, if you are like if you're laid off from a job, you have to literally enhance your skills. You have to make yourself capable of. You should not be, never be laid off the next time. Like one time, one I saw a video in YouTube. Like there was a girl who told, I learned dance just because in an annual day program, I was selected for a dance program and I danced well, and suddenly one student got sick. So I don't one student doesn't obviously have a pair to dance, but my pair was present. But since I didn't dance well, I don't know dance, I was taken. And
Okay.
the student who didn't have the pair was paired in my place. So the next
Okay.
year, I went to dance class and I tried. So and I learned to dance, so that that incident never happens again next time. They don't take me off from any of the dance programs. So that is what, if you are getting laid off from a job, you have to enhance the skill set, and you have to make sure you have one particular skill which will be only yours. Uh, okay, for at
Yes.
least for this particular skill, I cannot lay off that person. There won't be any other person to do that particular job for me. So you should create that mentality. So after laid off, it is difficult to find another job. You have to find a job. But by the way, in the meantime, you have to enhance your skills. That is what I would like to tell to any of the person who is currently laid off. And for your first time interview as a fresher, for as a fresher, you have to how to attend an interview. You have lots of sessions and classes on how to attend an interview. The way you present, the way you sit, like if you sit in at the tip of the chair, it's like you're nervous, like, or you're at the very behind the chair, you're very lethargic. So you have to sit up straight, you have to maintain eye contact. So it does you how to attend interview. So you have to prepare yourself. Instead of it's not only the interviewer will ask you, if, for example, I'm a nurse. So after BSc nursing, I'm having campus interview. My mentality should not be that all the 4 year subjects will be questioned in that campus interview. Literally not.
Yes.
They ask us how do you see yourself in the next 5 years? So I have to
Yeah.
prepare in such a way. I do not prepare all my anatomy, physiology, medical, surgical. I don't say that that is not necessary. They do have ask
Mhm.
questions
That's a
from
part
our
of the
nursing subject.
interview. It is not the
Yes,
entire the anatomy, physiology till the OBG. They will ask in the same interview. It is a part.
yes. Your nursing subjects consume only 30 to 40 percentage. Your appearance, your grooming, the way you talk, the way you project your confidence level. So those things are the ones which will help you crack the interview as a freshman. So
Hmm.
that's what I would like to say for a person. So before attending interview, more than
Okay.
preparing yourself for the basic concept subject matter, prepare yourself, personally groom yourself, and have a
Hmm.
proper etiquette, interview etiquette, so that you have to learn. So that is for a
Okay.
fresh person who is going to attend an interview. So that, and again, for
Hmm.
a fresh person who lands in failures after multiple interviews, he has to go through all the interviews and he has to note down where he went wrong, why he went wrong. He
Hmm.
has to build,
Hmm.
that helps you build actually resilience. You have to rebuild your strategy. You have to check like one resource, instead of going on multiple attempts at multiple centers, you particularly choose one interview and work on that particularly. Wherever I get job offers, I attend interview to all. So where you get time to prepare for all such sort of interviews. So at
Yeah.
one time you just give one interview, one particular interview, so you can concentrate well and do well for that particular interview. So that is what I would
Yeah.
like to say for someone who is frequently failing in their jobs and interviews. One is
Okay.
improve your skill set so that uh, they should be hesitant to take you off. And the next thing is,
Hmm.
when you're giving interview, it's not only the subject matter; it is totally you as a person, 100%.
Okay, okay, understood. Clearly, it is understood for those who got failures in their first attempt or a 10th attempt. The continuous working on to the particular portion where I am lagging. So that can change the entire interview panel. Okay, so you can go and sit and you can perform well in multiple interviews if you are going to attend. But if in case I am selected in the same hospital, I'm working in the ICU, and if one of my batchmate is also working along with me in ICU in case, so why do many professionals compare themselves with others, like their batchmates or their juniors or their seniors? Why do they compare themselves, and how to stop if they are comparing themselves with the others?
Okay, for the question why, it is only two things. One is fear
Mm.
of replacement and fear of being judged and a
Okay.
fear of doing mistakes. So that is why these 3 points, they compare things with others. One is fear of being replaced. If I'm not well versed or skilled as he or she is, then might be I might be shifted to some other job, or they might take me from the job, or they may lay me off. So that is fear of being replaced and fear of being
Mm.
judged. So you both come from a same college. Why you are performing well? Why you are not performing well? So that
Yes, yes,
judgment,
it happens.
that thing is one of the other thing. And next is fear of mistakes. Fear of mistakes is like, what if I do something wrong? That one, that will always be there every time. We should have a little fear so that we are very conscious in our work. But always fear should not overrule us. So if fear is overruling you, you will not be able to perform well in your thing as usual, as like you perform. And automatically when you
Mm.
perform mistakes, you will compare, "Oh, why he's not able to, why I am having that fear, why he isn't having, why he is very well versed." So these are the things why people compare. So how to stop comparing is, one thing they should literally know how each person is unique and each person is different. Maybe he might be well versed in his HIS, hospital information system. He might do all the computer works well, but you might be very skillful. You will be very very skilled in inserting an IV line or doing any procedures, even arterial line insertion or blood sample withdrawn for now, you will have skills. So you should always think of your positives instead of
Mm.
excuse me, instead of comparing yourself from a down perspective, you should compare yourself in a high perspective. What I have, what which he doesn't have. Maybe you should always have a upward comparison, so that in these cases, not always upward comparison works, but in these cases, okay, though even if I compare, I have this much skill set, he doesn't have that. Maybe he has some knowledge, we can share and we can work. That group work and commitment, it is not like individual person to towards care. Everything is
Mm.
teamwork. So that like what is that mentality of teamwork doesn't have that doesn't actually be in that person exactly. So that is why he
I
always
need to
compares and he always.
I need to ask you one more thing, Kathy. In case if you are said like I can just ask him or her and I can learn something and what I know I can give it to them. So it is like peer learning here I'm doing. But whether my ego let me to talk to them, it will not let me to talk to them directly that I doesn't know this procedure or I doesn't know this software. I doesn't know this coding work. So what happens if this ego it stands in front of me as a barrier?
Yes, of course, ego, super ego, everything is there.
Yeah.
Like in that workplace, you should not see ego at all, because that will again, that is one thing where you will, if you don't learn things, you will be laid off. You, if you're not, you will not be able to grow yourself. uh, it is not only
Mhm.
success which is measured, your growth is only measured. Actually, more than success, growth is very important. So don't have
Mhm.
ego, stop being ego. And if you think that what he will think if I ask, you also think what he doesn't know. Instead of going and
Mhm.
asking, can you teach me this, you can ask, like, you teach me this, I will teach you this. Instead of that, can we share things, like
It
instead of
remembers me,
asking help.
it remembers me MS Dhoni, that movie. So the untold story it has came, no? So where to learn the helicopter shot. So he goes to a person and he will say, I will buy you a samosa and I can help you in your love. So can you teach me a helicopter shot? So if that time Dhoni has had a ego in front of him and he doesn't want to ask the helicopter shot how should be performed, now in the cricket stadium or this much of 10 to 20 years of the stadium, we could not see Dhoni to do the helicopter shots, right? So it is like give and take policy. If you teach me this, I can teach you this. So it is like something it goes as a
Things
equal
I will
and
teach,
no
can
ego.
you teach me this, I will teach you that. Like if you
Mm,
do
yeah,
only, I will do. It's not like that. That is only the
yeah.
ego. I will teach you, can you
Mm,
also teach me? That is where your ego breaks down.
mhm. Okay. So now we spoke till now about the professionals and the students. I need to know about how I can cope with the failures. So what are some healthy ways which I can adapt to cope from the failures
Okay.
if I'm
This one,
experiencing some failures?
okay, since the topic is failure, I have taken lots of notes regarding that. Maybe you
Mm.
have questions to break down, but I will put everything in one question. Like how to
Okay,
cope with
okay, fine.
failure,
Yes.
how to target it. Like I literally researched a lot about this. I saw many videos. I saw
Mm.
published articles. So something
Okay.
I've got it. You have to first reset your mind. This is
Mm.
literally by a doctor. I saw his video. I saw literally 4 to 5 of his videos before getting into the research about that. So first thing is you have to reset your mind. Reset your mind, like as initially I said, you have to forgive yourself, remind yourself where you went wrong, and also you have to stop romanticizing about your past. Like, I was a topper in 10th standard. I was a topper in 12th standard. You know how I
Okay.
scored? I was the gold medalist in my college. You have to stop romanticizing about your past, and you have to start working
Mhm.
towards the future, the real thing, what is happening right now. And the thing is, you also have to have a you have to fix a comeback date, a setback date always, so that
Mhm.
you, that is what you set a accomplishment goal which can be accomplished. Instead of trying, you set a date, before this I have to try. And that should be realistic, not okay, within 2 days I will do everything, not like that. Maybe depending upon the work, depending upon the subject, depending upon your effort, depending upon the time you can spend for that. If you are literally a working professional and you are trying for example, PG aspirants, need PG aspirants, if you're an intern.
Mhm.
So you have to have a setback date, depending upon your time, depending upon your work, everything. So you have to literally fix your mindset first. That is what I told recently now. The next thing is
Okay.
rebuild your strategies. Rebuild your strategies is you have to have a plan, weekly plan. Instead of going, you have a long term goal like 3 months I have to accomplish this, but you have to split them in weekly plan. So in the
Okay.
by the end of this week I should have done all these things. So you have to set a weekly plan, and then you have to break it for your time box. Time planning is like literally we had timetables in schools, right? So like that,
Yes. Yes.
you should have a time planning for your day, from early morning till
Okay.
you go to bed. Your time should be broken down, like for your effort, for your forthcoming exam, for your personal care, or for your job what you are doing now. So you have to literally
Mhm.
break down your time. So this is what, and the thing is 3R: rewatch, rework, and revise. So if you are studying for an exam, you should always revise and rework everything. Okay, I've studied, I've completed. It's not like you should not touch that portion again. You can rework on
Yeah.
it, revise on it, rewatch everything what you have done. So these things you have
Mhm.
to do. And the third thing is, set one particular source for your study. If you are studying, material of study should be from one particular source. Or
Okay.
like, instead of gathering multiple datas, like literally even for you, if you if you want to search any normal values for blood sugar, multiple
Mm.
sources will show you multiple answers. A little
Yes.
variance will be
Yes.
there, approximately,
Yes.
accurately, and everything.
Uh,
So stop.
one experience I have for the same sentence, Kathy. I went to a practical examination when we were studying medical surgical examination. That time, what happened is the respiratory value was 16 to 24 in a particular book. So I read that one. I entered into that medical surgical examination, and examiner also asked the same question to me. So, what is the respiratory normal range? I said it is 16 to 25, and she told it is not 16, it is 12 to 20. Then I was like, I read now only from the book, it is 16 to 24. Okay, now she is telling, and she was commenting me, this you should have learned from the foundation itself. It is not the from the medical surgical, you are saying the respiratory value itself normal, where you need to able to do a deeper respiratory assessment. But now you are very bad you that it is the 16 to 24. So, as you say, the multiple source in the Google has a different answers. And if you open the chat GPT is saying some answer, Gemini is saying something else, and Claude is doing something. And people are confused with the AA, and people are confused whether I need to see the Google. Or in some research paper also, can you see, Kathy? One particular research paper will state something different, the values. Suddenly, there will be some different answers in the other research papers. So now students are confusing themselves whether I need to touch book, or I need to see the Google, or I need to go for the AA. It's little bit difficult for all of them. Why? Because I have studied from the different university. So you might be from the different university. What happens? What I'm saying, it will be literally different from your aspect. So this is happening nowadays in our healthcare profession. People are struggling to make to understand that I learned from the book only. I learned from this valid Google, like a research gate or something else, where there I learned and I said the answer. But it is not actually happening in practically, if I say like that.
So that is what. So you have to have one resource that will help you remember. Like I still remember some things like that will be in this corner of the book with this picture and this value will be written here. So if you have
Yes.
one source, you will be able to have a pictorial representation, memory of that. If you have literally lots of books scrolling for one particular content, you won't have that pictorial representation in your mind. Your mind is not that much. Like maybe some minds will be there. Since we are speaking about failures, we are. This is like not. I'm not talking
You
about
know something?
very high IQ persons.
Whenever
I
I
am talking about average person.
Okay, whenever I sit for examination, the theory examination, the book page, the color of the diagram and all, it will come friend, but the text, it will be like something. If I remove the specs and I see the world, it will be looking like something. I will be like A or B or C. What is the what I need to write for this? The symptoms will be similar, the signs will be similar, and clinical diagnosis will be similar. So I will be confused a lot, and only I will draw the picture and I will come. Then I will get 4 marks out of 10. Then
So that is what you have to rebuild your strategies. Next thing is
yes.
time management. As I said, you have to have a particular. Though you have weekly plans, you have to have time management. Like block
Mm,
distractions during that particular time. Be it
mm,
anything, your girlfriend or boyfriend or your doom
mm,
scrolling it, your social medias. Block all
mm,
distraction during that particular time. And the one rule, what they all tell is that Pomodoro rule, like 60 minutes of work, 5 minutes or 15 minutes of break. So you
okay.
concentrate the whole 60 minutes only for that particular thing, so that your
Mm,
concentration is not split. So you literally know our eyes cannot see two things at one time. Like wise
mm,
our
mm,
concentration, though we might be multi-talented, everything, but only one thing can enter into your mind at one time, not everything. So you have to
mm.
concentrate and manage your time. The next thing is improving productivity. Improving productivity, you can have a partner. Instead, if you are studying, you can have literally a partner who supports you. Partner in the sense study partner, be it your
Okay.
friend or it can be even your parent. Literally, I used to ask my mother to sit with me sometimes. I need to have
Okay.
someone
It is not
beside me
only
to sit.
my age group. It is not only my friends to act as a partner. It can be some other who are very close to me, right?
Yes, like okay,
Yes.
today we will complete this. So I can update to her. I completed this. So I have someone to share or study partner. But it will be very better if you have the same subject who studies the same subject. Like if I'm doing nursing, I can have my own classmate as a study partner. That would be really very good. And some persons are very good auditory learners. Especially me. If I study, I don't remember it a lot, but if someone teaches
Okay.
me, it is directly in my mind. So if
Okay.
that
Okay.
happens, and if I teach someone also, that will stay in my mind. So what is that is we
Mm,
split
mm,
topics. I study this topic, you study that topic. I will teach you that, you teach me that. So I study once, it gets into my mind.
mm.
I teach once, so it's like a revision for me. The same thing for
Okay.
them. So I do learn a new topic from them. So
Mm,
that is what you should actually have. Productivity is very very important while preparing for exams. If you have a study partner, okay, this is our goal, did you achieve this? So you have someone to back up. I have completed, why you didn't complete? If you complete only, we can move to the next target. So you have someone to push you forward. So you should have a good study partner and organize
okay.
your study space so that literally you feel like studying. Having a very clumsy and untidy space, you won't feel like studying. And don't sit in a bed and
Something
study.
of the
You will
same,
surely
Kathy.
feel sleepy. I don't get you.
I had. I had the same kind of experience. One of my guru, he told like, if you are going to sit in a bedroom and you are opening your book, it will be like sleepy for the entire time. Every time you learn, you could not memorize anything and you could not keep it anything else in your mind. You need to sit where there is a environment shows that if you sit there, you are going to learn something. If you are going to the puja room, you can do only puja. If you're going to the bedroom, you can do only sleeping patterns can be happen there. If you're going to the washroom, it can be only the washroom matters, but it is literally not for me. I will go along with my phone and I will scroll, and it is not for me. It is for the many of the boys that they are doing like that. So this is what you are saying. The same thing. It is happening to me. I'm just recalling myself, Cathy, now.
And you should also have proper breaks so that you are not mentally exhausted studying. Like we had a video going viral after a public exam result, like that boy scored literally the highest mark without even 1 mark minus. He scored like 600 out of 600 or 599, and everyone around him are enjoying, but he is not even able to feel that happiness. Like it's like anhedonia, apathy, lack of motivation, lack of pleasure. He's in that state, like mentally exhausted. He's not able to feel pleasure because he was totally in studying. He didn't have any recreation activity, any joyful moments. So you should also take a break so that you are not mentally exhausted and you're prepared for the next set of your preparation for the next slot. So that is what I would say for everyone who is who has failure, who wants a setback, who wants to come back. And always your preparation should be silence and your success should make the noise. Everything, keep it secret until permanent. This is for someone who is trying to move abroad, like I'm trying this place, I'm trying that place, I'm doing my IELTS. No, nothing. Because questions will start arising after 6 months. You were trying, what happened? So you won't be able to tell that this happened, that happened. Sometimes you would have failed or sometimes, and everything has a limit of attempts also. So make your preparation in silence and let your success make the noise. Not, keep everything secret until it is permanent. So that is what I would like to tell. Until you reach to that country, you keep it safe and silent.
Okay. So when you say this statement, I can also remember one more thing, Cathy. If I say to somebody else, if I say to Cathy that Cathy, I couldn't able to understand this ABG. So this is the final exam tomorrow. I'm just going to do. Okay. If I keep it those things as a secret, so I could not get a better guidance. Sometimes what happens if I say to my senior that I'm just planning to come to US, I'm just planning to come to some Arab countries. Can you help me out? Okay. So can some people can get a guidance, the correct guidance from their seniors, and some people, if they say this same information to a people, they doesn't want to hear that I should not go abroad. There are two different categories out there. So wherever we are staying, we need to think to whom you are there and to whom you are sharing your messages. That is very important. So, and
instead of telling that planning to move abroad, you can just like, how did you go? What was the process? You can just get information.
Yes, Cathy. So now it is like how it is the entire session is for my personal thing that whatever you said to follow that I'm just going to follow in my future because I have some setbacks and the failures. It is continuing for some things. So I got some good guidance with the free of cost. Same, I think so. Our subscribers also will be feeling the same. And success, as we said and we discussed earlier, the success is not a part of the end. Success and failures, they travels both. If you have a failure now, then you will be having a success. If you are having success now, then you may occur with a failure also. It is not permanent for anyone. It is not written to anyone that this is for you and this is for that. Okay. And as you know, Kathy, the end of the session will be a rapid fire. I need to ask you only two questions as we cross 1 hour. Now, one word that comes to your mind when you hear a word called success and failure. I need for failure first, and then you say for success.
Okay. For failure, it's like I already said, it is lesson, not the end. And for
Yeah.
success, I want to make sure concentrate on growth, not on success,
Mhm.
because success will be enjoyed only for a particular time, and after that,
Mm.
you have to
Yeah.
concentrate on something else. If you
Yeah.
concentrate on growth, automatically success will reach you.
Yes, yes, that's absolutely right, Kathy. One habit that helps you bounce back after a setback.
Maybe resilience. I should build a
Mhm.
good resilience so that I
Okay.
bounce back all the time. Resilience should everyone should develop resilience and
Mhm.
disappearance. That's what I told.
Okay.
Work in silence. Disappear. Let your
Okay.
actions speak.
Okay, okay. That's great, Kathy. We had many things we spoke. And why? Because the same topic it is running now in our episode 10 is many thing it is happening now because of the entrance examination. People got their scores and they are not joining the college and they are like sitting back in their home and they are thinking about their failures and they need to know this failure it is like for today tomorrow no one knows whether you got a success or failure. Society will forget about you tomorrow if you got gold medal also. That people need to know it is not only the students of the college students, it is for the both school and the college students. When it comes to the professional life already you know how it will be. So you just go with the flow along with what is happening. You should not hear what is people are speaking at the back. The people who speak at the back will speak more things at the back about you. VC got failure, Cathy got failure, that's it. But when you get a success, they will come and join along with you. I was also along this success and I helped you a lot. So this happens in every professional life. So don't think that you got failure in professional life, your family life, or even any kind of personal life. If you got a failure, so that is not permanent. So this episode says that you need to work a lot to get the success. That success is not your final goal. The final goal is different, your dream. So dream it is different, the success is different. Please understand that, students, and you can make up with something else that you can move the unmovable rock very soon as if you get a path to find out it. Thank you so much, Kathy, to know
Add
about
that
the
point.
failures. Yeah, yes.
Uh, do not procrastinate things like postponing things after
That
a
I
failure.
will
Start
do,
working.
Kathy. Actually, you need to take a session for me for this particular topic.
Start
It is like
working from
what
the
I
day
said.
zero.
It
And
is like
always
I
nowadays,
give an example.
okay, nowadays we have a trend going vision board. What is your vision board? So you have a vision board so that you are motivated every day.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much, Kathy, for the wonderful session. You gave a lot of hints that how to overcome the failure. If you are just sitting back in something, just move forward. How you are given some messages to our subscribers, and it is very good that we started from the episode 10. Thank you so much for that. And listeners, those who listen to this podcast, just recall something that it is not only the podcast, it is some kind of a message. So this is a 10 percentage of the message what we gave to you. Remaining 90 percentage it is from yourself because your individual life is different from me and Kathy. It is not same for all. So guidance can be given for 10 percentage or 20 percent. Remaining 80 percent it is in your hand. That's what Kathy said. Every individual has a unique fingerprint. Nobody has the same fingerprint. So all the best for the success, and thank you so much for attending the session on Sundays. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Bye,
Do
Kathy.
and everyone stay consistent. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you.